Hello all, welcome to another video. I'm traveling again, but don't go away yet. I'm in Trinidad and I've just got here, quite jet lagged at the moment. It's about, I think, beyond midnight UK time, so I'm going to get an early night. My plan is in the morning to walk up this from the hotel. It's a hill that's a pretty steep climb. I'm looking forward to it. There's going to be all sorts happening en route. There's lions, tigers, baboons, elephants, everything. I'm going to be walking along a cliff edge, so there's a chance of me falling, so stay tuned. And yeah, I'm walking through a fairly dodgy place of town, so I might even get mugged. I'm doing anything for you to keep watching this actual channel. Oh yeah, I've got an MRE meal to have, and that's my breakfast at the top of the hill, which is hash brown potatoes with bacon, peppers and onions. There's loads more in this, so we'll go through this MRE. It's a US Army one together, but I'm going to get an early night now and look forward to seeing you in the morning. It should be an adventure. Well, good morning. Let's do this. I've had a really bad sleep, which is pretty usual for this kind of time zone change, 5 hours behind. But there you go, been awake ages really. It's still dark outside, well the sun's just starting to come up, which is a good time I want to get off nice and early before it reaches 34 degrees, still pretty humid. But yeah, let's get up that hill. Well, I'm on my way. This is the outside of the hotel here. Just a couple of about a mile on the roads, I think, actually, before we begin the hike up the hill. I've got it all locked into my route, what's it called, Outdoor Active, which has let me down a couple of times, so let's see if it works here and be on our way. Well, it's nice to get off the main road. It wasn't particularly busy, but this is what it's all about, getting into the thick of things. We're on a smaller track now up into the Botanical Gardens in this area, and then apparently there's a little cut through the Botanical Gardens before you begin the climb up the up to the ridge of the hill, and hopefully there's a path I can find. I'm in these Botanical Gardens, which are just behind the hotel, and the bird song is incredible. The trouble is they're pretty timid, and I'm trying to get this one just as I'm saying it, and as soon as I try to get close to one of these really colourful specimens, they're off. And yeah, I haven't got a proper camera with me because I'm travelling as light as possible, but it is quite a stunning place. The colours on all these lovely shrubs, it's just fantastic. And now I'm looking for a picnic hut, hut number 4. One of our colleagues has put a detailed description of how to do this walk. It's quite a steep hill, and this is just the beginning. I'm told it's quite a challenge. It's just incredibly humid. I'm absolutely drenched. Drinking plenty of this water here, but yeah. Who said it was going to be easy? Looking forward to it though. When it opens out, I heard there's some pretty amazing views. Alright guys, morning. Well, just past a place called the Lookout on Lady Chancellor's Road, and it was pretty stunning. Just with the sunrise coming up and the lookout over the town, absolutely something else. And now there's a junction of 2 paths here. one that looks really nice and easy with a bit of surface to it, and one that looks really difficult, narrow and going straight upwards, and guess which one it is that I've got to take. So this is apparently, according to my colleague's instructions on our little sort of work website, this is apparently where the work begins, so let's get on with it. I've reached the top of the initial part of the ridge, and it's now just a case of traversing along the top, but there are some pretty steep hills still to come. But the person that posted this walk says there's a lot of nice sort of plateau rests as we go along, but this next one is really difficult to show you on camera, but there's the next little hill there, and you can see it actually gets to the top of my head in a very short distance, so still some significant climbs to go. I'm not going to kid you, this is pretty hard work, and I'm not getting any younger. Haven't got any excuses really. I've been off exercise for 2 or 3 weeks with a pulled left calf, and if my physio could see me doing this, he'd be having words. But I just feel I haven't to waste these opportunities I've got, no matter how physically demanding some of them are. I mean, just look at that. I'm sure when I get to the summit it's going to be all worth it, but it's not the heat, it's the humidity, which is a long time since I've spent a bit of time in the jungle. I did in my 20s, but haven't done a lot since. And yeah, I remember this kind of humidity, but I was a lot fitter then. Right, here we go. Keep going, keep going. Well, it says in the guide that points on the trail are marked by the flag of Trinidad every so often, and as someone passed me coming down earlier, they said, "Where's the flag?" And I went, "Sorry, don't know what you're talking about." And obviously he's a bit upset about the flag going missing, which I can understand. Hope no one's taken it as a memento. I've got to have a sit down, I'm absolutely knackered. Well, the moral of the story is listen to your body, Richard. I was knackered there, you can probably tell. I stopped at a really lovely lookout spot and just took in the views, rehydrated, and I found a chocolate bar that I bought, which was a bit flat, a bit squashed, a bit sticky, but God, it's instantly revived me. Look at that. And so that's the first flag that wasn't there, but it's the first flag marker. I'm trying to get up to the second one now. I was going to have that bit of breakfast at that spot, but quite a large family decided to do the same, and it's completely their right, but I wanted a little bit of privacy certainly for the filming. So try and get to the next kind of lookout point and see if it's a little bit more private. Sorry, I'm having to watch my footing. I can't walk and talk. Well, this is as far as I get. I've reached just about the summit from... That's nice to hear. Quiet for a moment though. From the reports, the bit to the very, very top, which is only about another 60 feet or so high, is completely overgrown and hasn't been used for some time, and therefore difficult to hack through it. And I've got all this camera kit and I don't want to get it caught up and so on. But yeah, I think this is if I can find a little bit in the shade. In fact, I think I see my the family that stopped earlier on. I think I could see them moved away from that spot, which was a bit better for cooking up some breakfast. So I've made the summit. Here we are.
I'm very pleased because I didn't think I was going to make that. I felt absolutely grotty. Here it is then. First bit is hash browns and so on. I get it all out of the packet. That's a little sort of pouch that you keep it in whilst it's heating up. So first thing here is some apple sauce. We've got the heat pack, which will be used to heat up the corned beef hash. Hot sauce, which we like. That is a lemonade beverage, which I think you just pour it in and you drink out the pouch. This is your lucky dip. Crunchy peanut butter. Crackers, I guess, for the peanut butter. And this is the main event, which is hash brown potatoes with bacon, peppers and onions. First thing is to get this heated up, because I think it takes about 15 minutes. Right, first tear happens at the top. I'll make it easy. There we are. And in goes my meal. I'm just going to pour some water from my water bladder into there to the midway between these two marks. Doesn't need much at all. I'll activate this little heat pad and then I hold it twice and knock itself. And in it goes. I can feel it heating up already, that's fantastic. Well, that needs about 15 minutes, and I've got it at about a 45-degree angle that they say it should be to help the heat sort of rise through the food, and I'll have a go at one of these juices. And while that's going, I've got my beverage base powder lemonade. Tear product at the notch. Can't see a notch. Great. Open the zipper and add 12 ounces of cold water, about half a canteen cup to the fill line. Well, that's a fill line. God knows where the notch is. Oh yeah, there's a notch. Hooray! Oof. And it goes everywhere. Fun! Oh, I'm enjoying myself at last. Especially cold on a normal day, I think that's pretty disgusting, but you actually taste it. It's a nice, very sugary isotonic style drink, which is exactly what I need. And so that's very good. Loads of sugar in it. Yeah, that's hit the spot. And the rest of me. That's my friend Leslie. We've just been putting the world to right, and I think he's going to subscribe to the channel, aren't you?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why not? But yeah, he's a good guy, and it's nice to meet. Good to meet you, Leslie.
Same here.
And yeah, good.
We need to continue living and making the place making the world a better place.
We do. We've had a good go at politics, I tell you that.
Yeah. Politics.
Yeah, politics. Good. Nice to meet you again. Take care. Well, what an absolutely lovely bloke. Leslie there, teacher. He's also a mechanical engineer and just very passionate about his country, and I was quite interested in sort of politics and sort of social side of this country, because a lot of people with work quite shy away from this trip because it has this stigma of a sort of a quite a high violent crime rate, which is the same everywhere. And really, to be honest, it's just the sort of, well, not just, but predominantly the kind of gangland mentality which happens all over the world, where all the sort of violent crime takes place. But it's just beautiful, and he's passionate about his country and the well-being and the progression of the students that he teaches. Yeah, really good to meet him. So these are about 20 minutes now after I was gassing. Hash brown potatoes, bacon, peppers and onions. Let's have a look. It certainly feels hot. Really hot, too hot to touch. God, it's fantastic. You've no idea how long that took. There we go. You see in there? Hash browns, potatoes. It's not a really sloppy meal, which is quite good. Have a look at that. Really good. It's not hot, I mean, it's just warm, but I think all you really need, if you're eating one of these in anger, is to get if they can be eaten cold, is to just get the chill off it, and that's certainly very nice indeed, and much needed. Pop-tarts with strawberry, that's what I need. Okay, well, that's enough hash browns and Pop-Tarts for me. It's going to make me a bit thirsty, that, and I've got limited water now to get me down the hill. So I'll pack up and make my way back all the way down to see that green park area there, just on the bottom left hand corner is where my hotel is. Good. Well, that was excellent. I've had quite a few bits of that MRE. It's very filling there, got a huge calorific value, which I didn't think I needed all of that, but it's made me feel a lot better. God, I did have a bit of a wobble 3/4 of the way up, but much better now after loads of hydration and lots of sweet stuff and lots of calories. So as you can see, absolutely left no trace, and get myself down that hill. Another thing, I promise you some wildlife. I'm sorry, but there's just been not a lot going on. Heard plenty of things, and you know, had to search around for the noises that I've been listening to, but unfortunately not. So if I see anything, I'll of course let you know. Don't know how good the sound is on this 360 camera, but I'm just surrounded by, I think they're called Kobos, and they're a scavenger
It's a vulture family apparently. Everyone just goes, oh yeah, the cobras, but I'm looking at them and going, there are absolutely hundreds of them. Hundreds flying around. Just thermaling now that the sun's out and very strong. And oh god, there's a couple up in the tree there, can you see those?
Well, I'm back at the lookout point on Lady Chancellor's Drive, and it was a heck of a walk, much nicer coming down, although it's pretty steep as well. It was a really good walk. I had problems halfway up, but just I think if it's a lesson, then just listen to your body. I was craving a bit of sugar and probably a bit more hydration. As soon as I had a 10-minute sit down, double-decker, and I was on my way and felt fine ever since. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. A little bit of cooking, sort of cooking at this time to spice things up, maybe get a few more subscribers. Talking about subscribers, please like and subscribe to the channel if you can. It really helps. Those little thumbs ups, I believe, have a very powerful influence on the what they call that algorithm. Yeah. And just before the aeroplane gets too loud, I'll say thank you very much for joining. I look forward to seeing you again. So it's goodbye from me. And it's goodbye from him.